You want to get into some stuff during the show? There you go. There you go. That's live.
Let me tell everybody that we're live.
Tell everyone you know that we are live. We've got coffee. We've got subject matter. Now we just need to turn on the actual What's up, everybody? Now we just need to turn on the actual podcast element of this show. So you guys out there, we're just preparing for brilliance, right?
What is this, YouTube?
What is it? YouTube.
Monday
M.A.S.S.
Okay.
Hey, it's a Monday mess.
Okay, are we going?
Oh, whoa, what's that?
What? Now what are you doing? How do you spell Monday?
How are we doing? Check your microphone for me, my friend. Hey.
Chris, there's been some issues with my microphone recently because I've listened back to some of the shows.
You know whose issue it is?
Yours?
Yours.
What do you mean me?
Because your distance fluctuates from the microphone. We're starting this year off with the same conversation?
What is my distance?
What is your distance?
Tell me my distance. Well, I need to know.
Okay.
Is it like a
Look how far Hey everybody. So hold on a second, you guys. We just need to work something out.
I have like.
Look how far away from I am. So yeah, one
shotgun?
less, just a thumbs up.
Just a thumb?
I feel like a thumbs up for you. You actually listened back to some of the shows.
I did.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's get into that.
Someone said we were really bad, and I was like, no, we're not.
Who said that?
The internet.
Well,
hey, Chris, before we start the show, it is.
Oh, we started.
Okay. It's welcome to the new year. It's 2023. Never thought we'd get here.
Right.
Chris, I'm noticing the clock behind me. The Nixon clock.
Yeah.
You see the hand is struggling back and forth.
Oh, do we not put batteries in it?
Yeah, but I just watched that movie Interstellar.
All right.
Where like the Matthew McConaughey is He's trapped in a dimension between time and space, and the only way you can communicate is with Morse code on the second hand of a clock. I feel like maybe someone could be trying to do that.
Okay, I like that. Well, we're just going to get right into this show here.
We've got some special guests.
Very special guests. This is the Monday M.A.S.S, our first show of 2023. I'm Chris Coté.
I'm Todd Richards, and we do the sponsors?
We should do the sponsors, but let's just call in.
Okay.
Let's just start with our call.
All right, we're going to start
calling. We're going to get to the sponsor block.
The sponsor block will happen after this phone call.
This is our first interview of the year.
Sweet.
Our first call of the year.
Let's see if they answer.
This is the first time I've seen Todd all year.
Yo.
Balaram Stack, Pipe Master.
How's that? We're starting the year off with the Master of Pipe.
This is Chris and Todd. You're on the Monday M.A.S.S. You're on the North Shore. Yeah. You're a pipe master, dude. A pipe freaking master.
Did you put that on your Tinder?
Your resume?
Yeah.
It's straight in the headline. It's like Balaram Stack, Pipe Master. Swipe right.
Yeah.
Get a lot of swipes for that.
Sick.
Well, Balaram, we wanted you to be our first guest of 2023. That way, it's all downhill from here. We start at the top. The rest of the guests are gonna be okay.
It's cool if I can get the call for you guys.
Oh man.
Was telling me you guys were gonna hit me up. I was like, oh, perfect, fucking. But little did you guys know, I guess I'm walking over to the shootout ceremony right now.
Nice. So the backdoor shootout, that starts any day now.
Wow. Sick.
Yeah, we're gonna go experience the blessing right now and kind of christen the contest and then paddle back out of pipe. It's fucking firing right now.
Oh, hell yes. We won't keep you long. We just want to know. So, Balaram, just a quick look back. I've seen you for the past decade on the scariest, worst, gnarliest days of Pipeline, out there by yourself, maybe one of the two people out, but that's the kind of dedication that I love to see rewarded. So, all those beatings you took, all those sessions by yourself, when people said, maybe you shouldn't go out, all those times that you spent at Pipeline, were you scared? Was all those beatings worth it becoming the Pipe Master?
I don't have that.
Yeah, we don't have
I don't have that relationship
We're
at
glad
all.
you do.
Yeah.
So you have to do it, we don't. So, you know, winning an event that prestigious, coming from New York, I know there was a lot of really awesome coverage, not just from surf media, but I'm sure back at home in New York, in the city. I mean, did you hear a lot from people that you didn't expect to hear from? What was kind of the reaction like from back home?
Man, it was basically like, it was pretty much like, I came in for like 500 messages, and 90% of it was the East Coast, and then the rest of the world, but like, it definitely shed some light on who the fuck supports me, and like what parts of the world fucking support, and it was just like, I felt like they won more than I won almost at times, you know, like everyone's so freaking out so hard. I was just like, wow, this is fucking incredible. Like, it felt like the whole East Coast like started fucking throwing beers at their computer screen all of a sudden.
I think that doesn't really happen. I mean, it probably happens in Hawaii, but the East Coast tribe, no matter where you're from, whether or whatever sport it is, it's the fans are just better. Like they're just better there. Yeah.
I mean, I know the feeling, you know, like I was back home and like every time I hear somebody get drained from the East Coast at pipe or win a contest or something, you know, like it was fucking news that was top of the order, top of the headline, you know, for us anyways.
Yeah. Sick.
Now, Val, I mean, I think I know that we were rooting for you. I know a lot of other people were rooting for you for a lot of different reasons. You know, East Coast, New York, amazing story. You're a very nice person. Todd and I have known you for years, but also because you know how to have a good time. So I would love to know.
Yeah, what happened?
I saw you come in, gave moms a hug. That is the perfect way to start the celebration. But from there, then what happened? What do you do with $100,000?
Well, I mean, I didn't even think about the money. Well, not only did I not really think about the money too much, it was pretty overwhelming for the people and the moment and whatever, but that shit's not coming for a couple weeks, so everyone that keeps asking me, I don't really know how that feels yet, but still waiting.
Check is in the mail.
Yeah, you better cash that check straight away, dude. You never know.
I know, I'm gonna fucking, I want to fucking cash it just and get it in a duffel bag just so I can see it in its physical form.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a solid.
I love that.
Yeah.
Hell yes. Hey, well, we know that you got work to do. Season's not over yet. We hope to see Balaram Stack coming in and out of more huge barrels at Pipe. Keep those video parts coming. Got big fans, not just in New York, but in Encinitas as well.
Fuck yeah. I mean, it's cool. Now we have that movie Hail Mary that I've been slowly releasing, and I think that we'll have like a late March online release date, but I don't know, it's kind of been a work in progress over the last 3.5 years, and it kind of still feels like that. So I think we're gonna have a little extended version for the online setup.
Well, we got you. We got you at La Paloma. If you want to bring that shit to Encinitas, we were ready, and we'll fill that theater.
So down.
Hell yes. Hey, good luck in the backdoor shootout and for the rest of the win over there. We're so hyped for you and can't wait to see what you got in 2023.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thanks for the call, you guys.
Yeah, ball.
Hell yes.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna run over and make sure Eddie's not mad at me yet.
Yeah, don't start
Yeah,
your day like
that would be better.
Hell yeah.
See ya.
Dude, Balaram Stack to start us off
That's
here on this
it,
podcast.
right?
I like to just jump right in. There's no rules here
No.
at the Monday Mass. You know
No.
that.
That's right. And that's, we start off with a banger interview with the Pipe Master.
She just ended,
I
right?
think I forgot that he won $100,000.
$100,000. So wait, you're probably better at math and tax information. $100,000.
How many waves did he surf?
$60,000. I think he surfed probably like 10 or 12 waves.
Well, so that's like $10,000 a wave, dude.
You got to be hyped for him. He's put in the work. He's put in the time, and he's just an awesome dude.
Yeah, anyone that, for me, I have a huge soft spot for anyone that climbs out of the East Coast.
Right.
Because the spotlight is
Climbs
definitely,
over.
whatever.
They climbed over.
They climb out of the hole of the East Coast.
Yeah.
'Cause the spotlight is not there. And if you make it from the East, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Right.
Yes.
Oh man, you should put that in a song.
Right.
I love that.
All right, let's get on with the
Oh my
sponsor
gosh.
because this podcast is brought to you by people that have somehow been
They're smart.
They've been
smart
bamboozled
business
into giving us money So we say their name right now.
These are some smart people, and we valued all of our sponsors all year long. I can't wait for a big 2023 with our group of sponsors, including Mountain High at MT High Snow. That's right. They have an event coming up. That's January 14th. I'm going to enter Todd. This is the Volcom Pharmacy Board Shop presenting
What do we do?
Volcom Sick Day.
What do we have to do?
Well, you got to go there on the 14th.
Yeah.
January 14th is a free rail jam.
Ooh, I'm out on that one.
High noon at the playground in Mountain High. It's a free entry. You get donuts and cider. You do need a lift ticket or a season pass.
For donuts.
If you win, $1,000. Cash prizes all the way to 5th place. Best Grom gets 300. Lenny's pick gets 300 as well. So that's happening on January 14th. Volcom and Pharmacy. I love these just one day, quick, hammer-filled, fun events.
Those are great.
Like this. So I think I might be going up to Mountain High this week as well.
Show up and throw up.
I'm going to show up.
Blow up.
Show and cruise.
Usually,
show and cruise.
The local mountains around here definitely show up and throw up.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
You got to throw up.
Some people throw up.
Well, the good part, you know what I like about Mountain High? The road is less windy than the other local mountains.
It's the closest.
It's a faster way to fly, if you will. We've got other sponsors, including K2 Snowboarding at k2.snowboarding. Todd, look at.
You got a new one. What is that one called?
This is my my latest and the greatest.
What's it called?
It's in the plastic.
I know. When are you gonna take it out of the plastic?
Soon.
Why don't you tell them what it's called?
I gotta ride it. Well, you see, is
it's
it on the
called
board?
the Geometric.
Yeah.
I believe this is a twin tip snowboard of 152 centimeters.
Yeah.
That's great.
I trust in what the good people at K2 said to me. So put that way. There you go.
That is not stable.
Might fall on Todd mid-show.
Pedal Electric at pedal.electric. E-bike season.
Is it?
It's always here.
It's always e-bike season.
I see a lot of new e-bikes on the streets.
Did you ride your e-bike during the Christmas/New Year's break?
I did, because there was no parking at our local beach while the surf was going wicked off the rails.
Encinitas is a very popular destination for wintertime tourism.
And e-bikes.
And e-bike tourism.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not mad at that. I loved it. I rode the heck out of my Pedal Electric at pedal.electric. Bachan's Japanese barbecue sauce at Try Bachan's. They've had an awesome year with us.
They've had a great year with us, and big announcements from Bachan's. They listen to the consumer. Bachan's uses only fresh ingredients. That means fresh ginger. That means fresh garlic.
Yes.
And all those things are in there. And guess what? Sometimes the nozzle gets clogged.
I heard about this.
Nozzle. So what they have done is improve the nozzle for 2023, and they've also put out a couple really funny videos with my buddy Justin, who owns Bachan's, to basically, I mean, they're owning.
I like that.
They own it, because like a lot of brands just don't. They just make up excuses. Bachan's just owned it.
It's gonna be the best year ever for the tip of Bachan's barbecue sauce.
It is.
My Bachan's is gonna be flowing so nicely.
Your Bachan's.
So thank you for listening to the fans, and thank you to all of the Monday M.A.S.S listeners and friends out there who have taken photos of their Bachan's purchase, put it on their Instagram, send it to us to prove to these sponsors something.
Wax your board with Bachan's. I want to see it. I want you to drizzle Bachan's on the bottom of your snowboard and then go rip a run.
I want that too. Also, I want all of you to know that winter wear, right here, check it out.
What's that?
Beneath Apparel. This is my Beneath Apparel base layer. Remember, you got one. I think you got one of these.
I can't recall that.
I have been wearing this Beneath Apparel base layer under, like, this is my uniform for winter now. Beneath Apparel base layer. See, if you're watching on YouTube, I'm holding it out. Feel that. I mean, that's right. That's the good stuff right there.
Wicking.
This is it. This is what I wear all winter. Base layer, hoodie.
How many days do you go with a pair of pants these days?
I can go from 1 to 4. 1 to 4 days.
I'm on day 6 in this pair of corduroys.
Nice.
I feel like corduroys are like a kind of like a darker, like tan, like almost like a shade darker than tan corduroys. Hides a lot of
grime. Well, I mean, have you been out and about? Have you been getting dirty? Have you been?
I've been just out and about.
But not getting dirty.
I mean, I don't know what getting dirty means. I'm not rolling around in the dirt.
Well, that helps. That helps for
I'm just saying,
pant retention.
I feel like I could go on a snowboard trip with one pair of pants.
I think You know, I feel like my whole wardrobe, if I had 2 of each thing, I would be totally fine. I do have about 50 of each thing. Have been trying to pare that down, but
Did we
I
talk
love
about
my hoodies.
Did we talk about Herschel Supply Co?
Herschel Supply Co. Oh my gosh, Herschel Supply Co. is the bag company du jour. And you know what? You had mentioned the Herschel gloves that we got like 2 years ago. Well, I've been wearing those a lot as well. Buttery, leathery gloves.
Yeah, they're great.
Ooh, they're so good. But
They're
yeah,
great.
the Herschel bags, you know.
Might be time to get a new pair of Herschel gloves.
Do you think you're ready?
I think I'm ready.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Herschel is, they've been behind the M.A.S. and we're behind them. They're on our backs. Literally.
We're carrying
Herschel
them.
Supply Co.
Alright.
At Herschel Supply. Also, Bubs Naturals. Look, I have Bubs Naturals in here. I put it in my coffee every single day. Todd, I want to make a special announcement. What are you looking at?
I think someone's breaking into somebody else's car.
Where?
Out there. What's the announcement?
Well, it's none of our business. My announcement is I stopped biting my fingernails
Did you really?
after about 40 years of biting my fingernails. And
What
I say
what
this,
changed?
I had it, and I wanted to present my mother a good Christmas present,
That was a present?
and so I stopped biting my nails for 3 weeks leading up to Christmas, and then I bought her and I, what do you call this when you go to the nail salon?
Pedicure?
Manicure? Pedicure.
Manicure?
Manicure.
Mani-pedi?
Manicures your fingers.
Right.
So my fingernails are now long enough for the first time in my life to get a manicure.
So you would bite them down to the cutes.
I would bite them down to the bloody stumps.
Damn, dude.
And I say this because I want to thank Bubs Naturals because my nails are growing in bright white strong.
Sick.
Bubs
You
Naturals.
should paint just the little tip like really white.
I
like,
might do
like
that.
They
Well,
do
I
that.
don't need to because look, they're
The
white.
Kardashians do.
I owe Bubs Naturals a lot in terms of skin, fingernails, hair, teeth.
You know what I owe a lot to?
Pannikin?
Pannikin coffee and tea.
Oh my
Because
gosh.
without Pannikin coffee
Without
and tea, my life would be a non-motivated
Did you hear that?
pile of shit. I think we have new cards coming.
Oh, definitely.
It's your job to ask them.
Yeah, I'm just gonna clean this up.
Okay, clean it up.
Pannikin coffee and tea,
Pannikin
Nanocraft CBD.
The tree came down today.
Oh,
By the
it
way,
did?
is your tree down?
My tree was down the day after Christmas.
Was it really?
Take that shit out.
Ours ended up staying up. The longest it's ever stayed up till January 1st this year.
I
I was just too lazy.
had a moment of tree guilt. I took the tree out and I stood it up in the front yard to cut it up to put it in the waste, the green waste thing, and I almost started crying. I felt so bad. I would rather chop up a human than a tree.
It's so weird, like
I'm over it.
the Christmas holiday, the Christmas New Year, whatever, the holiday season
The holiday season
is such an emotional buildup that like when it is over, it's actually like you just let the air out of your tires.
It's a relief.
It's a relief, but also it's like an emotional letdown. You know, like just like you letting down all these emotions out of your body that like it is sad. Like
Do you have tree guilt?
yeah, I
Kill
have
this
Christmas,
thing.
this weird Christmas guilt where you're like taking the stuff off the tree, putting it in like whatever your container is, and you realize that you're not going to look at that for like a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I am still Mr. Positivity. So along with my Christmas guilt, there was the theory that came to mind that yes, we did senselessly kill this beautiful tree, but we then celebrated it for 3
You
weeks
should have burned it.
every day.
You know, traditionally, you're supposed to eat the tree.
I did burn some of the tree, and in
Heard you almost burned the-
in a chimenea, I almost burned the neighborhood down. Smoked the whole place out.
You should just feed it to beavers.
Yeah. Oh, we're still in the ad block. Hansen Surfboards. Hansen Surfboards. I will be going to Hansen Surfboards this week because they also rent snowboarding equipment.
You're gonna rent some shit?
I gotta rent I gotta rent a board for the neighbor we're bringing. I gotta get some boots.
Oh shit.
So I have boards from K2,
Mm-hmm.
but we also, I think I need helmets.
Yeah, you need all
Just
that
like
shit.
this stuff, for a 3-hour snowboard trip.
Right, for maybe like an hour. Nanocraft
3
CBD,
hours.
you might need some Nanocraft CBD before and after you go on a trip with your kids up to Mountain High because it's
I need
anti-inflammatory, and then you also need the other stuff to come down from an emotional roller coaster being in a car with children for more than 2 hours. Pure prescriptions.
Have I been sick in the last
No, neither have I, and leave it all to Perfect Immune. Perfect Immune kicks ass. It kicks germs asses.
It kicks all the germ asses inside.
Kicks hella germ ass.
Yeah.
Pure Prescriptions, at Pure Prescriptions. DieCutStickers.com, at DieCutStickers, DOTCOM. If you want some stickers made in the new year, you could have a sticker that says 2023, new me.
Or 2023 sucks already.
Right?
I mean, I don't think so, but it might for some people.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go.
I started my year so far. You ever get this, like, right? Kind of like where your neck meets the top of your back in between your shoulder blades. It's like a T. It's like, feels like somebody's sticking a screwdriver in there right now.
Why?
I don't know exactly what happened. That might be that holiday come down and dehydration. Either way,
Could be a buildup.
I'm in pain right now.
You might have meningitis.
What? Happy New Year, Todd.
Happy New Year.
I started my new year the way I always do. Polar plunge.
Wasn't
Right
the
over
water really poopy?
Definitely. It was.
You might have meningitis.
It was.
Could be
Not.
early onset of meningitis.
Our polar plunges here in Southern California are generally about 54-degree water, if that, usually around 60 and sunny. This year, though, I don't think we're as weak as our friends at Coney Island and in New Jersey and on the East
The
Coast.
water was cold.
It was cold.
Yeah.
It was stormy.
We've had a good run of surf here.
It was hardcore.
Great Christmas vacation run of surf.
I didn't make it out, Todd. I didn't make it out to the breakers.
We had about 3 inches of rain in an hour the
I
other
just
night.
kept paddling, and there was no wax on my board because I've been wearing booties on that board and I forgot to wax it. It was really brutal, Todd.
Was there a lot of you?
There's about 10 of us.
No.
Usually there's about 30 of us, but the storm took them all.
Yeah, no one wanted to get hepatitis.
Yeah. So I think I'm okay. That was yesterday.
Well,
New Year's
time
Day.
will tell.
We'll see what happens.
Time will
what
tell.
Oh, New Year's Eve? What did you do on New Year's Eve?
Nothing. I was in bed
You
by
sent it.
I was in bed by 10.
You were at the Fisher concert, dude.
Who?
Sorry, you
Paul
were there.
Fisher?
You were there. I saw you. Your eyes were crazy.
Look, man,
I don't know what you were on.
Paul Fisher peaked when he made that dick surfboard.
Oh, hot take. Hottest take of the year from Todd. I was doing pretty well.
Yeah. So we're gonna move into surf news. Brought to you by Hansen Surfboards. Chris,
Yeah.
they've opened up the
It
voting
happened.
for the STAB Awards.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna say so first of all, and no offense, Todd, but it was an honor to be asked to make my selections. I keep vouching for you, Todd. You're gonna make your picks.
I don't want to.
You don't want to pick, huh?
I don't want to be one of those people.
I know. You know what? It definitely, it's like, it's awesome to be asked, but then at the same time, there's a lot of pressure. And they actually put my name in the first group, and there was some of the typical comments whenever you put Chris Coté on your Instagram.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I was in the
Can
group.
we just forget the list? What? Can we read the comments?
I was in the group with, this is pretty cool. I felt cool. I felt some validation.
Okay.
Katie Simmers,
Mhm.
Griffin Colapinto, Chris Coté, Mateus Hurdy, and Shane Doran.
All right. Can I read the
I
comments?
mean, 5 incredible
Those are pretty good
surfers
ones.
for sure.
What were some of the comments?
I'll give you a comment. So, yeah, this is, of course I got immediate, here's one from DJ B Boot. With all due respect to the bloke, what gives Chris Coté most influential credentials?
Yeah.
And then this guy says, guy is an absolute kook. And I
Right.
said, I lied on my resume. And then,
What's the guy's name we just lied on his resume? And now he's elected to Congress.
Santos or
Yeah.
something. Yeah. So, anyway, from an Australian perspective, you come out of nowhere. I'm sure you have a long history in the USA, Eddie everywhere of surfing, perhaps. Eddie McGuire is a businessman and socialite who commentates the AFL. Blah, blah, blah. Now, hold my beer. I'm going straight to buy some Elvis Costello-style reading frames. Ha ha. Wish everyone did.
Wow, he hit hard.
They said, oh, his voice is dreamy. Ha ha. Yeah. So, they didn't hit me that hard, but they did say
Those are softballs.
I'm a wanker.
Okay.
A lot of comments for Nathan Florence. Todd, do you want me to tell you who I picked? So you
Yeah,
know?
I do. Let's have your hot
We'll
picks.
break down these picks. Okay, Surfer of the Year, male. Number 1, and I'm just going to say the name, you can give your comment. Number
Okay.
1, Felipe Toledo.
Yeah.
right? World
Yeah,
champ.
He's really good.
Number 2, Eitan Osborne. Eitan was everywhere this year, doing the biggest airs, charging.
All kinds of stuff. He was where you want to be.
I gamed the system here on number 3, and I picked the Pupo brothers, Miguel and Sammy Pupo.
Okay.
Because I loved what they did this year, mostly on the championship tour. Remember, Miguel won in Tahiti, Sammy got 2nd in Brazil. They're just classy, awesome guys. Kale Walsh, your fellow Quicksilver teammate.
Kale
You
Walsh.
and Kale chasing
Kale
slabs
Walsh is
around the world.
he is no joke, dude.
This one got some, what do you call it? What are these called?
Brow raises.
Brow raises. Mackenzie Bowden. You know Mackenzie Bowden?
No, not really.
He's another one of your Quicksilver team riders. How
I don't
many
really know
Quicksilver
him.
guys do I have? I have 3. Anyway, Mackenzie Bowden to me is making the funniest videos on Instagram, and he surfs really well. That's why I put his name on there. I like to throw a wild card in the mix. My junior male is Huey Vaughn. My video of the year was the Nas vid. No arguments there. My vlog of the year was Off the Chain. Because Zeke rules, and it's not for everyone. You can go to STAB and read all the reasons why I picked that. But I think a lot of people said Nate Florence should have won or should win.
So what was the comment? Do we have like a final tally?
No, this is the first. So I was in the first group.
Okay.
And for my women, number 1, Carissa Moore, self-explanatory. Number 2, Steph Gilmore, also self-explanatory. Number 3, Katie Simmers, also self-explanatory. Number 4 was Vahin Fierro. I also struggled here with picking either Vahin Fierro or Moana Jones-Wong, both incredible tube riders. Alyssa Spencer from Encinitas, I'd go with the hometown hero. Junior, Sierra Kerr, easy there. Stab edit of the year, Delirium. That was a tough one because there were so many good edits of the year. Those are my picks, and I'm looking forward to seeing who else picks. And thank you, Stab, for allowing me to play with you guys.
Wow, there you go.
I was invited to one thing throughout the whole year. I was invited to that.
It's great.
So
It's just nice to be included.
it's
right?
nice to be included, and Todd, I know how it feels not to be included.
I know.
I'm not included in much. So
No, we're
Been
included. We're included.
I am
in Monday
including
Mass
you.
still.
I'm including you. Also in STAB, the 22 most spectacular little waves from 2022. Great little video there. You want me to spoil it and give you your top 3?
Yeah.
Number 3, Luke Swanson, flip.
Yeah.
Sierra Kerr, number 2, best
Craziest.
air ever done by
Yeah.
a female.
Yeah.
And Eitan Osborne, number 1, I think it was Indo. He did an air, full front 5, in so high. So
Oh yeah, and then like landed in the flats and somehow came out.
yes, miraculous.
That's pretty awesome.
We got the Sambazon WSL Junior World Championships presented by Best Western.
So this is going to be a local event right here in Encinitas.
That's right. January 9th through the 15th.
That's
Seaside
coming right
Beach.
up. That's
Next
coming
week.
right up.
Oh yeah, we might have to do the podcast on Monday night.
Why are you commentating it?
I'm commentating.
So you are included.
I'm included again. I've been very included this year, which is nice. It's January 9th through the 15th, so next week it's at Seaside Reef. You have 48 of the best male and female surfers, 20 and under.
Mm-hmm.
And it's pretty cool because they're from regional areas. It's not the same names that you would see. So it's going to be fun. And the winner of that, of course, is going to be your junior world champion and also will earn a spot on the Challenger Series.
That's pretty cool.
That'll be really fun. And then
So will
further
we,
down the
will
line.
we get local legend like Sierra Kerr?
I think Sierra Kerr's in it via Australia.
I see.
I got to dig into the who, what, when, where, how
Okay.
qualification thing, which will be part of my homework this week. So we'll report back on that. The Bellbone Pro kicks off the 2023 WSL CT season with a window opening on January 29th. So I'm sure we'll be talking about that. Did you see, Todd? Paul Myers. Paul Myers is being hailed as a hero.
I didn't hear anything about Paul Myers.
There was about a 6-footer shark on the beach, flailing, wrestling for life. It was dying. And Paul Miles, a surfer in Victoria, Australia, picked up the shark. Like this, like a baby.
Right.
The shark's thrashing around trying to bite it. Didn't know that the guy was trying to save it. Walked the shark up into neck-high water and freed the shark.
Now, wouldn't that have been ironic if the shark just spun right around and took a giant chunk out of his hip?
Would you do that? If at your local break there was, let's just say, I'm going to say a 4.5-foot white shark juvenile in trouble on the sand, are you picking the shark up like a baby You know when your kids fall asleep in the car
Right.
and you pick them up,
Yeah.
and then on the way from the car to the house, they have a night terror and they try to attack you.
And you hit their head
It's
by
like
accident
that.
on the side of the door panel.
So would you do that?
I would put a towel in the shark's mouth first,
Okay,
so it couldn't close its mouth all the
so
way.
it's like friends with benefits.
What?
You're helping, but you're also gagging the shark. I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Yeah,
Todd.
I mean, I don't know if I'd like single-handedly, but I would definitely.
Well, you're gonna use 2 hands.
I'd hold the tail. I'd pull it by
Pull
the
the tail.
I don't know.
We're gonna test you on that theory,
Okay.
Todd. There is a shark on the beach waiting for you. We're gonna film it.
I don't want that.
Okay. Well, speaking of big things happening in the surf world, Academy Award-winning actress Lupita Nyong'o and ripping goofy footer, fellow surf snow commentator and friend of the show and friend of ours personally, Selema and are IG official.
I heard that.
BF and GF. I think it's awesome. I knew about it about 8 months ago.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
How did you know?
Didn't I? Because it was told to me.
Like,
And-
this is my girlfriend? That's pretty cool.
It was in the vault,
She was in Star Wars.
right?
Well, well,
She got the Academy Award for the film 12 Years a Slave.
and then she was also in Black Panther.
Yeah.
In Star Wars.
A-list. They're both A-list in my book.
A-list.
She's A-list, Selema's A-list, and they're I like their out what do you call it? Your outing video? Your IG
Is that
official?
new? Is this kind of like the new, like, I'm pro, and they give you you have to,
think
like,
so.
if you have a relationship, you have to put together like a fun video.
Well, I think because of like
There's a lot of
celebrity
pressure for
and all
kids.
that, like you have to wait.
Mm.
I didn't have to wait to announce my relationship, but when you do, I feel like it's kind of a lot of people view their Instagram followers as either friends, family, fans.
Mm.
So by letting them in on the situation,
It was creative.
it was cool.
They did like a thing where they changed outfits and
Yeah.
did like a little snapping to the beat. It was very interesting.
The Selema's always entertaining.
I
Always
think he's
awesome.
right now. I think he's or he just got back from Baldface.
And I was worried about it for a while because he just he had short-term relationships forever, and I said, come on, it's time. It's time.
You need to settle
Join
down.
the team.
Okay.
Yeah. So very happy for both of them. And Selema's probably scoring somewhere, like you said. There's a new. Speaking of Hollywood, Hollywood's back in the surf world. There's a new surf film showing on the
Surf's
Hallmark
Up 2?
channel. No, better.
Blue Crush 2?
Groundswell.
Oh.
On the heels of Groundswell, the Hallmark channel.
Okay.
On the heels of a personal and professional setback, Chef Emma, hold on, travels to Hawaii where she meets Ben, a handsome, reclusive surf instructor whose lessons help her to regain her footing. Get it?
Uh-huh.
Stars Lacey Chabert and Hector Rivera. Do you remember Lacey Chabert? She was from Party of Five.
No.
She is the face of Hallmark. And I'm just happy that surfing on the Hallmark channel has finally teamed up. And I can't wait to see that one.
It sounds an awful lot like every other one.
Yeah, but this one's different. This one's the Hallmark channel.
Oh, yeah.
So there's going to be tears. There's.
Is that like, what if you, like, I feel like the Hallmark channel, like it really is like, tune in if you want to cry.
There's a scene apparently where he's teaching her tandem and his arms slip and his face goes right into her butt.
Really? That's on the Hallmark channel?
style. Yeah. and
So
she's-
there's like a funny sound when it happens.
It was like, and her G-string got caught in his teeth. No, that did not happen.
See,
I haven't seen
now
it
we're
yet,
talking like Out Cold 2.
right?
This is what people want to see.
Why don't you write Out Cold 2?
Because I don't have time.
What are you talking about?
I got shit to do.
What if
I'm a
you
team manager now,
used
Chris.
writing at Pannikin? Because you spend a lot of time at Pannikin.
What if I just brought an
Sitting
old
there.
school typewriter to the Pannikin?
Whenever I go into Pannikin and I see Todd in there, he's kind of just sitting there.
No, I'm not. I'm conducting business.
More often than not, you're just kind of like looking into the wall.
Yeah, I'm conducting business.
Personal inside business.
Right.
Insider trade.
You guys ever take care of inside business?
I got some good news here.
Good.
The Inertia, you know the Inertia? So the Inertia just sold to publishing giant All Gear Digital for reported millions of dollars. And I like this because this tells me
But we're gonna sell for hundreds of dollars.
and our announcement is the Monday Mass is for sale.
Yes.
So, serious inquiries only.
Mm-hmm.
Don't joke around with
We
us.
will trade.
We've been building this
We will.
platform.
We will definitely consider trades.
We'll trade.
You think it'd be weird if we put the Monday Mouse on offer up? What if
Not
there's
at
like
all.
some guy comes from Escondido, is like, I'm here to buy your podcast.
We're like $1 million. He's like
Show me the money.
$500.
He just trades us a bunch of
Okay.
fentanyl for it.
Whoa.
Whoa! It's the new year, new you, new me.
New us. Well, I like this because it just tells me that people are valuing surf, skate, snow, outdoor stuff. And congrats to Zach Weisberg. They've always been kind to us in the past.
Great job, everyone.
Other surf news. I'm ready to surf. I surfed a little bit. Did you surf a little bit?
I've been surfing a lot over the holidays.
A lot of it.
It's been really good. We had a one day last week where it was glassy all day, and I went out at 1 o'clock and surfed my little zone with 2 other people, and we thought that perhaps there was a sighting of a big fish in the
Right.
water. Why isn't there anyone out here?
It still happens. You can still find those magic moments.
You can. Yeah, so
My neck hurts right now.
that was surf news. We're going to move on to skate news, brought to you by Beneath Apparel, BN3TH.
I have two beneath items on right now.
You have the shirt and underpants.
That's right. Underlayer all beneath.
Chris, there's some hot takes coming from Jenkem magazine for 2023.
Yeah, these are predictions.
It is the big push into 2023. Let's read off what their predictions are, and then
Alright.
we can give ours.
Okay. Jenkem predictions 2023 in the skate world. Skinny jeans making a comeback.
Really?
Agree or disagree?
Skinny jeans are coming back. I thought we just went into fat pants.
Well, you're gonna have to go to jenkem.com
They definitely have their
To-
finger on the pulse of
Yeah,
what's happening.
to read the reasons why, but yeah, they're saying that the polar big boys and the big cords are going away.
Jankos are out already.
Yeah, and so skinny jeans come back. I put on a normal pair of jeans
What's
for
normal?
well, I
Like
mean, I usually
Dickies?
wear Dickies. So wait, let's see your pants. Your
Right.
pants are
They're
neat.
normal.
Those are normal.
Normal.
Those aren't skinny. Those are normal.
It's normal pants.
I put on a pair of jeans that were tighter than my normal pants, and yeah, I was like, wow, you can see my legs.
I have a pair of like drawstring corduroys that are like comfy pants.
Right.
And I don't usually wear them out of the house because I look like I should have,
You look like you're a little too comfy.
yeah, I look like I should have like
Right.
49 millimeter wheels.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Oh, they're that baggy.
they're baggy,
Oh.
baggy cords.
Okay.
Very comfortable.
They're like polar big boys.
NC Hammer pants.
Okay. This is what my son wears.
They like those.
Oh yeah. Big time. Big
Well,
time.
they are comfortable, but like when you see like a grown man, because sometimes sometimes you just look older than other days.
Yeah.
And it was one of those days where I caught my reflection in a mirror,
I hate
and
that.
I was like, oh my god, you look like the dude that hello fellow kids.
I feel
It's
like
just
that
bad
quite
news.
often, but I don't know how to
I
dress.
don't know how to
in
dress
age.
either. It's like I just dress. Like I said, if I narrow it down to one
Hoodie,
pair of pants.
Dickies, beanie. Yeah. Tell us in the comments below. How do you want Todd and I to dress in
Or not.
2023?
Or don't.
Just tell him how to dress. Okay,
what
people
else?
will start doing big things on electric skateboards.
You mean like early grabbing downstairs?
I don't know particularly.
I
and
haven't seen
didn't
an electric
read.
skateboard you can ollie yet.
They're all like those. They look like insects. There's no nose or tail.
Yeah, they're just flat.
They're like high-speed cruisers. So, in theory, if it is in fact the future and they can put electric motors on normal skateboards, could see people doing big things on e-boards. That
Do
one I just don't know about.
Do you think like if you could use an e-board to tow your friend in on a regular skateboard?
Yeah. I think e-boards with foot straps is going to be the next
God, I
big
can't
thing.
think of anything sketchier.
Yeah, big flips and stuff off jump ramps
Yikes.
with your e-board with your foot straps. Also,
Hmm.
someone will go bigger than the Lion 25.
It's
That's
Leon.
That's what I said.
You said lion.
Who said? Oh no,
Anyways,
Lyon in France. It's in Lyon, France.
20
And Jaws did it.
25 stairs. It's essentially an urban cliff,
Yeah, Jaws did it. Dom Tomato did it, parkour style.
which is
Um,
crazy to me.
Oh my god.
Imagine just running and like front
You did
double
a front flip.
double front. What was it? Single front flip or double?
Single front.
And then like roll away.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
insane.
yeah. I think someone will go bigger than the Leon 25 on skateboarding and on parkour.
That's nuts.
Koston and Berra now are back in 100% control of the Berrics, Todd. Big statement. I think Steve Berra loves his big statements.
I didn't even.
Which is fine.
I didn't even realize that they weren't in control.
I did not either.
Care.
Well, the statement says, contrary to popular belief, it's been almost 5 years since we effectively had any influence over what we created, how it was run, what we made, and what it stood for.
So did they just buy it back?
I guess.
Huh.
But again, I didn't know because they're in all the videos. Bear's hosting the Battle of the Berrics. It's mostly the same stuff that I like.
So obviously they were getting paid, right? Like the Berrics was
The
paying.
Berrics they were getting paid.
Hmm.
I think they sold the Berrics to a media company, and probably that media company was like, we need numbers, we need views, we need this, we need that, and
Well, weren't they getting it?
I'm with you.
Does the Berrics?
I liked the Berrics. I still like the Berrics.
Do they have something to do with the nightclub?
Good question.
I feel like there's something there.
I think the 9 Club started at the Berrics as, from what I remember, you had Street League, and then after Street League, the 9 Club would be like the wrap-up show.
Really?
I think.
I don't know.
I could be wrong.
Anyways.
But congratulations to Koston and Berra.
That's cool.
I mean, like I said, I've been a fan for this whole time. I love Battle of the Berrics. So, it'll be interesting to see what they do next.
Okay.
Red Bull did a classic super tour of Europe. Did you see this?
Nope.
September, October, 2 months. Ryan Sheckler, Jamie Foy, Tori Puddle, Zion Wright, Leticia Buffoni, Gustavo Ribeiro, Margie, Alex Argente, Gustavo, Barcelona, Marseille, Prague, Cologne, Amsterdam, private jets, old school style. When I say old school style, you remember the big tours like the Storm, Osiris, the DC Super Tour. This kind of brings it back to that, which I love. And it makes me think of the DC Super Tour because, God, I wanted one of those outfits.
We had a fun thing we did in snowboarding too. It was like the DC Decadence Tour. It was like these 2 different stories that were for the magazine. One was like posh,
Right.
and one was living on cardboard budget.
Which one did you get to
I
go
went
on?
on the posh.
Yeah, you
It was
did.
Sick.
Hell yes.
Mhm.
I love big tours like that. I just, again, it gives me hope. It gives me encouragement that the world is not ending. The world is, in fact, getting better.
Let me ask you, Chris. What do you feel the biggest? What was the biggest story in skateboarding in 2022?
The biggest story in skateboarding in 2022.
Yeah. What do you think it was?
I would have to say, I mean, to me, the Skater of the Year conversation kind of dominated the last 3 months.
Yeah.
That to me was a big story because everyone was talking about it for a long time. I think Tony Hawk breaking his femur was a pretty big story just
Yeah.
because that's like our guy.
Yeah.
And if our guy's hurt and the healing was not what we all wanted, that's the bummer. So that was a big story for me. What about you?
Leticia Buffoni, crooked grinding out of an airplane.
That was the highest story. What's the biggest story?
That was pretty big.
It's pretty high.
I don't know. It was just like one of those things where there's there's like really weird stuff.
I thought you were gonna say the biggest story was Lil Wayne turns himself pro.
Oh, that's for
That's
real,
your
right?
biggest story.
Did that happen in 2023 or 2022?
2022.
Wait, he turned himself.
Just in time.
Turned himself pro.
Turn yourself pro.
What does that mean?
Basically, your name and your picture.
So he just had
on
some
a
boards made with his picture on it.
He was vouched for by, I think, like Tori Padua and a couple guys. You know what? I'm like you, Todd.
Hey,
Sure, we're on the same page.
It's no
here.
weirder than having like these weird internet YouTube skate companies.
Yeah,
Whatever. Who
I
cares?
still think there's a sanctity, and there should be. It's you got to earn your name on a board.
Yeah.
Because even like as a joke, if I put my name on a skateboard,
It's
I would
weird,
not ride
right?
it.
Yeah.
I don't even think if I was pro. If you were, you were pro snowboarding,
But I rode my
You
own.
rode- ride
I
your own
rode my
boards.
own boards because that's the board that I wanted to ride.
right? So if you were a pro skater, would you ride your own board?
I think. Yeah, maybe. If you
I
were
guess you had a
stoked,
cool graphic on
if
it.
you had a good graphic or whatever, but also like you're out there, like this whole weird thing where like a brand is paying you money to endorse a product with your name on it, but then you don't actually use the product with your name. Like that whole looking at things from like a business point of view,
Yeah,
it's just dumb, and I don't understand why brands would
dumb?
even like let that fly. It's kind of like the whole like argument about like let's not put names in any of the videos. It's like, what is the fucking point? Like, why are we spending all this money on you when we can't even tell who or what we're getting in for a return?
so you're for
I'm for pros
Pros.
riding the product that they endorse.
right. Yeah, I'm gonna change my mind. If I was pro, I'd ride my own board, for sure.
Yeah, because you busted ass to get there.
I
And,
tried
like,
really hard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially, I mean, there's definitely we're well beyond the everyone has a pro model face.
but I think a lot of times it's you want to hook the homie up. So if I'm Grant Taylor, and I could ride Grant Taylor boards all day and but I also want to shine light on Chris Banner or one of my teammates.
That's cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
I back all
I
that.
think that's cool, and also skaters go through boards like crazy. So you may be on a trip, and the only board that you have access to is one of your friends
Right.
because you broke all yours.
Or
And
team board.
that just happens.
Yeah. I agree. Speaking of awesome pros and Grant Taylor,
Yeah,
the
good.
Hero Fantastic Voyage video
Hello.
came out, and wow.
Grant Taylor does a transfer in a skate park that is so far and fast, and I can't even believe it's such a different.
He's the best,
He's
right?
the best. He's like constantly been in my top 5 skaters since he blew onto the scene.
Yeah,
Grant Taylor is the shit.
I agree. Grant Taylor.
He goes fast. He can do everything.
He could ride a damn cardboard box for all I just want to see him skate. Speaking of seeing him skate,
Yep.
Gershon Mosley, 40 years old, out of nowhere. Everybody, where's Gershon been all these years?
Idaho.
18 rider, one of the sickest
Boise.
guys.
He's hanging out in Boise.
Oh, and he just dropped a video part.
Dude, I put a clip of Gershon on my Instagram, I don't know, like a month ago, of him doing a heel flip backside 180 on. Gershon was like the undisputed mini ramp champion
Oh my gosh,
of
yeah.
the 90s.
Yes.
Like, he would show up and out sweat everyone and do stuff on a mini ramp that you're like, I don't even know how that's possible, with the wildest catch, like surf out style
Yes.
I've ever seen.
Yes.
He's so good, and he just put. I haven't seen this. I didn't even know this.
Yeah, it just came out.
I want to see it.
It's in a video.
That's freaking
It's in
amazing.
Chris Barber's full length called Individual.
That is so sick.
And he's in his late 40s. Gershon Mosley's probably 48,
Yeah,
47.
I'm sure he's still doing all the same tricks.
He's ripping. And, this is not connected, but this is more inspiration for those of us in our 40s and above. Tired Skateboards just dropped a new video to make us all feel better about ourselves. It's called Chuck. And these are normal people filmed like pros,
Sick.
It's fun. It's great. It's fun to watch. It makes you want to go skate.
All right, cool.
So that was skateboarding news.
Cool.
Can't wait to see what people do on their skateboards in 2023.
Snow News is brought to you by K2 Snowboards.
I got a board.
K2 Snowboards is the brand of snowboards that Chris
The
has
Geometric.
currently.
K2 Snowboards is celebrating 60 years of radness. They started making skis in the 60s. They started making snowboards in 1987. So they are a company that knows what they're doing. K2 Snowboards, sponsor here at the Monday M.A.S. Todd, I was inspired by a young Japanese rider named Ryo Ozawa.
Oh, what did Rio do?
Rio dropped a video called RYOGOKU.
Is this the one where he does a 50-50 on like a little guardrail and then?
It's a super creative, fun, like normal sized obstacles used well, amazing style, music, editing, the whole deal. I had never heard his name before, and now I'm an instant super fan. This is a DC video called RYOGOKU.
Rio is nuts. Did you happen to see, speaking of Japan, the clip that I posted on my Instagram the other day about this weird, probably like a 12-foot high half pipe in like a wooded area, and it goes down an entire run, and the run like snakes down through the woods, and it basically looks like a wave.
And what's the guy's slashing?
Yeah, the guy's slashing. I forget who it was.
A bunch of people sent me that video.
It is.
Is it still in your story?
It's still on my story. No, not my story. I think it's maybe a hard post.
What?
Anyways.
A hard Todd post?
That's
huge.
Hard, maybe not though. Anyways, it's probably one of the coolest things that I've ever. That is not.
Yeah, that's
no,
Todd.
I guess it's not.
That's Todd.
No,
There's more Todd. No, this is all Todd on Todd's post.
I don't think it's there. Anyways, it's very cool, and the Japanese are onto something super rad. Stop.
I'm looking.
It's not on there. Just turn the block.
Many people sent me this young man.
Japanese are onto something right now as far as a direction in snowboarding that.
It was fun.
It's very fun. It's very unique. From doing cool like snow skate things with like bowls and creative terrain features to this half pipe that kind of like meanders down through the woods.
It looks so amazing.
It was insane, and this guy's just like doing frontside snaps the whole way down, and it was pretty cool.
As a surfer, predominantly, who also dabbles in snowboarding, that clip got me so hyped.
And I think most people that I know, from super pros that are following me on Instagram to the average Joe.
Yeah.
It's really shocking that how much attention there is. I mean, once again, pushing for the smaller half pipes, but how much attention a clip like that gets.
Well, and I think that you can relate to it, but also the style.
It's just cool.
And like the board.
The fact that it was it's like in the woods. It's like if you think about like in Japan, it's very, the mountains are kind of big, the trees are kind of a little bit more spread out than the East Coast, but a lot of their runs are cut through forested areas like the East Coast, where it's like, you've got
forest.
Yeah, it's not like these big open spaces like Mammoth or Tahoe. It's very trail-wise cut through the woods depending on the region in Japan you're in.
Right.
And it was a pipe, perfect walls, down this whole meandering. This is so cool. It just seems so simple to me.
Beautiful.
Like, just freaking make this.
It's beautiful.
Anyways, it's cool. Hey, this is weird news. I grew up in Massachusetts.
Yeah, this is
okay. I grew up in Massachusetts.
This just happened too.
All snowboards must now have a leash attached in accordance with Massachusetts state law.
Didn't snowboards have to have leashes 10 years ago, but they got kind of just like, who has a
this
snowboard
is
leash?
really, really weird, because the leash does frickin' nothing unless the leash is attached to the snowboard somehow, because your binding is more likely to rip off your board
than your boot to
come out of the binding. But this is fascinating to me. Where did you see this?
This is just Google snowboarding news.
Wow, that's so weird.
Did some deep research.
Hey, there we go. There's another product category that's coming at us.
Dude, the leash with the balls.
Balls leash.
Balls leash. Patent pending. Do you want to know about the celebs that hit the snow?
Oh, you have a celeb list?
I got a celeb list that hit the snow.
Let's hear it.
Which I find fascinating. How can you tell that is Paris Blanket or Prince Jackson in all that snow gear? How do they know? Does somebody, I want to say the celebrities press person
They
tipped off the paparazzi to show the celeb that they're just like us. I do love that Blanket Jackson is still out there in the world.
Just a blanket.
With that name.
Just a blanket statement.
The best. Kendall, Kylie, and Justin Bieber were in Aspen.
There we go. That's where people go. Dude, was any of them wearing the microwave suits?
No. I think Kylie Jenner, the young billionaire, was wearing a all black North Face outfit. At least this is what I gathered from the thing. But I still when I go snowboarding, when I go with you or other people, I don't know who anyone is. So it's still just, to me, I could be snowboarding right next to Blanket Jackson or Justin Bieber, and I wouldn't know.
Justin Bieber?
I would think they were just other, snowboard.
Just homies.
But it's Justin Bieber and Kylie Jenner.
In Aspen.
In Aspen.
But you know that when you're in Aspen, especially if you're at M.A.S.S or at Ajax, which is the mountain that's right in the center of Aspen,
Right.
that anyone that you are riding the lift with
is someone.
Have
you seen that documentary about Aspen where these guys found a briefcase, and in the briefcase was a ton of money?
Really?
And they realized that the person who owned the briefcase was in Aspen. So these two guys sold
I heard about this.
their businesses. They made a trip to Aspen, and I don't want to tell you how it ends because it's a great documentary.
And they drove like a dog, a car that like a dog grooming car.
Did you see it? I think
was on Nat
BBC.
Geo, yeah.
Was it on, I thought it was on BBC,
Yeah.
but Nat Geo. That's a great
It's
doc.
pretty cool.
So yeah, big ups to Blanket Jackson ripping up Aspen. This is
What
not.
do you think Blanket does with that name at this point? Do you think he goes by Blank?
Maybe. Let's get him on the show. You know he's a big fan.
Blanket. Blanket's a hard one to swallow.
We want to send out healing vibes. We don't know this person, but as a Topic had a gnarly slam. Again, this is just news that popped up on the wire.
So this is a random.
This is a kid that got injured at Snow Basin, and I just want to send our most positive thoughts and hopes for you to get back on the mountain ASAP. The doctors gave him a slim chance of walking, but I love that the slim, because anytime you hear that, that's fuel to the fire. Asa, you will be back snowboarding. We promise you.
My children went up to Snow Summit
Okay.
previous to Christmas, the week before Christmas.
Right.
And big shout out to Clayton there for hooking them up with tickets. But they said that the amount of people on the hill snowboarding is like comical.
Right.
There's a lot of freaking people snowboarding these days.
Should have gone to Mountain High.
Right.
I got passes for you, bro. Tell them.
Okay. All right. Well, that was snowboard news. I'm going to Lake Tahoe.
What?
On Wednesday with my daughter and 3 of her friends. Wish me luck.
Tight.
It's supposed to snow a lot. They just got a crazy amount of snow in Tahoe. There was a storm that came in. They were predicting it to be really wet and rainy, but for whatever reason, the snow levels dropped and Tahoe got the most. Listen to this, Chris.
Yeah.
They were claiming that it's the most that has ever snowed in a 1 hour period in the United States.
What? That's
10
a big dump.
10 inches in an hour.
That's 1 more inch than I'm used to seeing.
Snowboard news has
do you
been
know that in
oh my god.
I call it ta'ohe.
Is that the way the First
So,
Nations people used to
I call
pronounce
it ta'ohe. So you can call it Tahoe, but if you want to sound like you know what you're doing, ta'ohe. Nerd News is brought to you by diecutstickers.com.
I'm still having trouble reflecting on that one. I feel like you're culturally appropriating a lake name.
No, there's usually parentheses in there if you read it right.
Really?
Ta'ohe. To each his own, I guess.
I guess.
Tahoe.
What do we have going on here?
This is nerd news. Let me give you a breakdown of. I did not do a lot of activity the last week.
This is what you got into.
I really chilled out, and I really sunk into goblin mode, which was
Goblin
the
D's nuts.
dictionary, whatever word of the year. Goblin mode is when you just hoodie, sweatpants, snacks, TV, couch.
Dobby.
Finished White Lotus season 2.
Is it great?
Oh,
Good.
Great one.
Good.
Great show.
Is
As
it
good as season 1.
Good for kids?
Not kids. Older kids, yeah.
Alright.
If you don't, do you ever watch a movie with your kids who are, in their late teens,
And something
and
comes
there's
out.
like boobs or a dong on the screen?
So now that my kids are
So yes.
older, my son could care less. But my daughter, I know she really.
doesn't like seeing the dome of the screen.
Nobody does,
Dad.
really. Like no one really wants like Game of Thrones.
Dome on the screen with Dad. This sucks.
Game of Thrones is like when it hits its stride after the first season is a really good, engrossing show. A lot of gross.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know.
I prefer to watch that now with my kids.
Right, but I'm just saying, like at some point, like I know what my daughter would enjoy.
Right.
And it is the story of Game of Thrones and the whole the fantasy of it. But at the same time, there's no freaking way in hell that I could ever sit through the first 2 episodes.
My kids just don't love bestiality and or you know, family members having sex with each other.
They don't?
They don't.
Oh, you guys are, I mean, that's just the way you've raised them.
They're raised different.
Yeah.
They don't like that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a movie called Triangle of Sadness.
Wow.
And it was a artistic film, kind of along the lines of White Lotus. There was the middle part of the movie where I'm gonna give you a little bit of a spoiler because it's so funny. You know that song by The Refused? Can I scream?
Mm-mm.
The Refused.
Mm-mm.
Anyway, so there's a scene where there's like this sick post-punk song playing,
Mm-hmm.
and then the boat is in turbulent waters, and everybody's throwing up and diarrhea.
What's the triangle? Is it Bermuda Triangle?
Triangle of Sadness. It comes from like a male model, like this area right here. Like
It's a triangle of
like-
sadness?
yeah, it's a super weird.
Fucking
Art
triangle
film.
of radness.
But there's one part where this woman is in a nightie, and she's in a ship bathroom, and she's throwing up and diarrheaing, but she's like on the ground and she's sliding back and forth with the waves. It's
Is
so
it a comedy?
funny.
Is it a comedy?
It's a dark comedy. I
Okay.
think I sent you one of the slides from the movie, and it just says,
I don't think I even understood what you were sending me.
it says,
Oh yeah.
panting and moaning, diarrhea flows. I just thought that was so funny. Did you see that? Yeah. That's my gauge of humor.
I see on your list of stuff you watched Nope.
Nope.
It's good, right?
Yes, it's good on Amazon. It took
Creepy.
a couple days to watch just because we were in and out, but
Kind of creepy, right?
very creepy. There's a couple. I think
This is a
and
family.
again, I don't want to give it away, but one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen in a movie is a chimpanzee going crazy and killing
Oh yeah.
about 8 people.
Mm-hmm.
But the visual of the chimpanzee with blood all over his face and hands was gnarly.
And that didn't really even make any sense. It was just like some background bullshit.
That was crazy.
It just like I thought it was gonna play in a little harder to the movie, but it was just like
Just kind of
some childhood trauma.
Yeah.
It's really good. Go watch
No.
No. Keenan Peele killed it with that one.
I watched the Shaq documentary on HBO Max, which I loved. Gotta love Shaq. I know you don't love sports.
Love Shack, baby.
The volcano rescue movie on Netflix. Holy shit!
Is it real?
So this is from 2019.
Okay.
A volcano. There's a volcano off the North Island of New Zealand. And it's a
Oh
big
yeah,
tourist
the people.
attraction.
Yeah, a lot of people died during that operation.
20 people.
Yeah.
It's so gnarly. Basically, two big group of tourists are on
Is
this
this
island.
is this a documentary?
It's a documentary, and the footage is from people's phones.
I'm gonna watch it.
It's super.
I
Let
have
me just tell you, steam from a diarrhea. Steam from a volcano is nothing to be tussled with.
No.
It will pull your skin off.
Pyroclastic flow.
I've been watching a lot of Rami the Icon
Don't know what that is.
on YouTube.
No idea.
So in my house lately, sneakers are big topic of
You
conversation.
guys a big sneak heads?
Rami, the icon, works at Cool Kicks, a big sneaker store in LA. So basically, he's right here. People bring him shoes. He opens the box, talks about the shoes, offers a price, and there's a camera right here. You can watch this for hours. It's like ASMR.
But so what he
So my kids and I love this dude now.
he just that's crazy.
So he just opened the box and he's
Like
like,
they really
these new.
super expensive shoes.
Everything's between like, they buy the sneakers between like 200 and 2,000.
Wow.
Once you get past the $2,000 mark, it becomes a different kind
I
of
bet
game.
Tony the Pannikins familiar with around
Oh,
here.
definitely. In other sad news, the original drummer of M.A.S., Jeremiah Green, who we
Yeah,
have
that's a
friends
bummer.
in common.
Yeah.
For sure. Passed away with of cancer. 45 years old.
That sucks.
Sucks. Really hate cancer. I really hate cancer. Yeah. So.
You know what I did this Christmas break?
What?
Played a lot of Call of Duty.
Really?
Yeah.
The newest
Yeah,
Call
it's
of
fun.
Duty.
Like probably too much.
Did you watch any shows or movies?
No,
No, nothing.
I
Just
didn't.
Call of Duty.
I didn't. We watched. No, I didn't even watch that.
No,
I just played a lot of Call of Duty.
just Todd down in his
Just
triangle of
it's
sadness
a fucking
basement.
cradle den of sadness.
Cradled in. Were you in like you're in this outfit, but you're like baggy?
I don't think I didn't
pants.
change my pants. It was like one of those cradle dens where I just get home and just sit down on this couch that consumes you,
Yeah.
and next thing you know, I'm level 63.
Is that good?
It's good, but it's like, you know, I'm still getting shot by people. I don't know how to
Kids.
play it that well.
Well, I got questions
Okay,
from
let's go to
Nanocraft
questions.
CBD at Nanocraft CBD. We got questions. So a couple
Go.
of weeks ago, we talked about talking
Turbulence.
to a pilot,
Yep.
i.e., turbulence to Hawaii. A bunch of people got injured due to gnarly turbulence. So Max Wetstein, Bryce Wetstein's dad,
Oh, he chimed
Olympic
in.
skater.
Sick.
I tweeted him and I said,
What'd he
"So
say?
what happened? How does this happen?" He says, "This is why you always have your seatbelt fastened. You can never be 100% sure when they turn that seatbelt sign off. So the A330 is a large jet. So for it to have severe turbulence, this must have been really bad air. They have good weather radars. They're prohibited to fly into a thunderstorm, but a large storm that tops out at 50,000 feet can really mess a plane up. So you got huge 20 miles and turbulent air around it. So basically, they clipped the area a little too close. They were going to go around it. They clipped it a little too close. The plane can easily withstand it. That's great news.
Okay.
So the plane can be shaken to shit and still fly. The deal is just, you know,
Yeah.
there's so much happening in the air that you don't see.
Yeah.
So it was
Scary.
I like that pilot Max said the plane can withstand it.
Well, I've definitely seen, like, we have some friends that we surf with that are pilots, and there was an old Boeing video where the plane's wings can touch.
What?
Yeah, like there's enough flexibility in the materials and the way the wings are designed that they can actually touch without breaking.
I can't even lick my elbow. Andy Ryan says, and thank you, Andy Ryan, for
Yeah, you set
helping link
up
up
the whole thing
Balaram.
with ball. That was awesome.
Andy Ryan says, in response to us saying that nobody did an air at the Pipe Masters, Yago Dora completed an air at the Pipe Masters, and I will send you the sequence, and he did. It wasn't the craziest air we've ever seen.
It just happened.
It was an air. You are right, Andy, and we love you for it. Andy is let's just call Andy our East Coast attaché.
East Coast correspondent.
Yes.
Okay. What else we got?
Aaron Minot. Monday Mass is a baby, but babies grow fast, guys.
Uh-oh.
Todd needs to answer the Tiger Gap to freeway laps question, and Chris needs to study snowboarding competitions and announce them like he does for surfing.
Ooh.
Todd and Chris could be the best action sports announcers starting in 2024.
Why 2024?
We can't, but I want
It's
to do it
gonna
now.
take takes a year for you to figure it out.
This is nice. Todd just makes the mood so much better, from Olympics to Dew Tour. More humor, please. Love the
Right?
pod. Keep up the great work.
Thanks,
So it
bro.
wasn't really a question, it was a comment.
Well,
What is
he
he
said I
talking
need to
about?
talk about. Okay, so there was
Tiger Gap to freeway lap.
That's old Breckenridge. When Breckenridge used to be the hotspot for freestyle snowboarding in the United States, they used to have Freeway Terrain Park, which was by far the most perfect snowboard park on the planet for a long time. In Breckenridge. But there was like, you know, a line that you would take to get there, and there's all these little gaps and little jumps, and it's just not like that anymore.
So the Tiger Gap was something like, when you guys were at Prey Snow at the bar.
Well, it's a tiger run. The run is called Tiger.
So you're like, so did you ride today? Todd's all, yeah. Yeah, I rode.
Fucking
If
tiger.
you can call doing the tiger run in Freeway Gap riding, and everyone's like, no, you did what? Great question. Eric Hamilton says, can we get a Jeff Brushy interview?
Laura Hamilton.
Hamilton?
That would be awesome. I don't know. Jeff's kind of
Yeah.
a reluctant. Brush doesn't really do a lot of interviews. He's kind of.
What's he doing right now?
He lives in, I think, Del Mar, like southern Del Mar, almost La Jolla.
Right here.
He just has a couple kids, and he's kind of stepped away. But there's a lot of people that are going to be going to the homecoming event that's going down at Stratton Mountain in Vermont in March, and I believe Brush will be there. So it'll be great to catch up with some of these people and find out what they're actually doing.
I like that. What made, give me just a quick answer. What made Jeff Brushy's writing so good that we still talk about him to this day? And he started writing many decades ago. Style.
Brushy is always, like, from the late 80s all the way through the 90s, it was Brush. Brush was the dude.
All right.
He influenced everybody.
Matt Allen with a big question. Over the years, we've seen some very prominent professional snowboarders be canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Tara Dakitis, Nico Mueller, Terje can be on that list.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the question, and this is Matt Allen's question. Do you want to hear more socio-political commentary from your favorite writers, or should they just shut up and shred?
Look, I think
Thanks for another year of the M.A.S.S.
here's my hot take on that. I think that everyone should be able to say whatever the hell they want. You don't have to listen to it.
Right?
Quite frankly, I'm sick of the cancel shit because it's like, look, you should be able to have the wherewithal to know what is right and what is wrong for you, and what is constructive and destructive to a society. But I don't think that everyone should just be silenced, because it doesn't do anybody any good. You're just you're just putting rubber bumpers on everything. It's like kids don't learn that the stove is hot unless they touch the stove.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter. I mean, that's the kind of thing. Like, you need to learn what is right and wrong.
Yeah.
So I am a true advocate of freedom of speech, whether that is
Something you agree with or
shitty
not.
things or good things.
I'm with you. I feel like, I've done this many times, right? The initial reaction when you read something that you don't like, so and so says this, and you're like, screw no. If you take a step back and think about it for a second, these are words coming from a person. If they do not incite violence against another person,
but I'll give you this. Like, even, and this is kind of a bigger topic, but like, you think about like Donald Trump being canceled on Twitter. I am the furthest from a Donald Trump fan, and anything that comes out of that piece of shit's mouth. But I don't think that he should be taken off of a public forum, because you want to know what a person is saying. Just like I just don't, I can be a fan or not a fan of people.
Yeah.
And it's my decision to make, and it's my what do you call it? These are my guidelines.
Well, you can separate the artist from the art.
Yeah, it's like, I mean,
is R. Kelly a nice guy? No.
No.
Is
Michael Jackson,
a kick-ass song? Yeah.
There's just so much weird stuff on this planet. I mean, like, even the people that the world holds in high regard over hundreds and hundreds of years, those people didn't always get up to good shit.
Was Vincent Van Gogh a good person?
No, dude. These people
Is his art sweet?
These people are fucking nasty.
Most savants are, something's wrong.
There's some fucking skeletons in the closet, but like it's I think that freedom of speech is all we got left.
Yeah, I'm with you. Obviously, we don't condone racism, threats of violence.
No, just don't be a dick. But like, I'd rather know who the dicks are, so that I can avoid them.
Yeah, I think like, hopefully in 2023, politically, just because you're a fan of one person or another doesn't mean you're getting canceled by the other group. Like, you all need to listen more.
It's not a sport.
Say less, listen more.
Like,
Big Bad Wolf. Moving on. Big Bad Wolf.
That's a great question, though.
Wants to know, what are your New Year's resolutions? Also, what's the funniest thing you've seen snowboarding this season?
Funniest thing I've seen snowboarding?
And New Year's resolution, if you have those.
My New Year's resolution is always the same. It's like snowboard more.
Right.
Like actually, it's more like just live more because the fucking timer's ticking.
Yeah. Live more. I saw this thing.
Say yes to more shit.
I forget what I was watching. But basically, when you get to like 45, 46, or 50, you only have 20 more summers.
Stop it. That's so lame that you say that. Because I have less summers than you have left.
19 more summers, dude. Enjoy
That
them.
fucking sucks, dude.
19 more, no, 18 more. Whatever.
Someone told me the other day that in one, I think it's like in one more year or 2 more years, like the 80s will be 50 years away.
Come on, that's not right. It's not true. John Veeder checking. Oh wait, New Year's resolutions. I vowed to quit biting my fingernails, but I already did it. I'm perfect.
And what's the funniest thing that I've seen in snowboarding this year?
I haven't ridden yet, so I don't know.
The one that's hot, the hot one for me, just recently happened. Is this dude tries to ollie onto this roof off of a cat track and just snaps his board into 2 pieces, like just blows right into the side of it. I always get a big kick out of people failing.
Yeah, that's true. My New Year's resolution for this year, I'm going to record more music. I'm going to be kinder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, we're going to improve the audio and visual quality of the Monday M.A.S. podcast. Probably.
Liar.
This could be our year.
You're such a liar.
I might get you a new
We have one of those round circle lights that gives us better light, but I think the light's pretty good.
We look great.
It's fucking great.
Look, one person agrees. This is from John Veeder. This is more an update, less of a question. Whistler Blackcomb Ski Patrol closed Lakeside, which is the big kind of bull zone, due to our entire snowpack resting on a persistent weak layer.
That's like you with me snowboarding. You're like a persistent weak layer.
The snowpack is sketchy, and there's a high possibility of slidage.
I don't like avalanches.
No, be careful. So wait, you posted something on your Instagram about a guy jumping into a normal-looking tree well.
Oh yeah, this was the other day, and it was, I forget where it was, but it was a couple of ski patrol
It was
guys.
like Brighton or something. It was a normal resort.
It was a normal resort, and the ski patroller wanted to show the dangers of tree wells and falling headfirst into tree wells. And basically, what the guy did is a controlled environment. Was there was 3 ski patrol guys, 1 ski patroller had his skis on, and dove into a tree well, and his 2 friends dug him out, and the amount of effort it took to pull him out of that tree well, it was like staggering.
Dude, I'm so scared.
I'm just saying, like, tree wells are, especially now since there's been so much snow that's been falling on the West Coast, like, please, just be careful. Be careful.
I agree. That was scary.
Don't ride really close to trees.
Yeah. Please. Hanali says, if you were competing in the next natural selection, who would you pick to go against in their duels format, and who would you least want to compete against?
Least?
Yeah.
Least would probably be like Sage Kotzenberg, maybe. No, I'd say McMorris because it just make me look like a fool.
Right.
Who would I want to compete against? I mean, I'm not going to do good. I know I'm not going to do good. I don't have a fraction of the talent any of these guys have.
I think you're pretty talented.
Austin Sweeten, just because he's so freaking rad, and he would make me believe in myself more than anyone else.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, I would like mostly to go against Travis Rice, because I'd just be like, all right, Travis, let's go, bro.
I wonder.
And
Would you?
I don't know if I can get down the mountain.
Let me ask you a question. Would you ride on Travis's back like a backpack?
Yes.
Down a run in Alaska?
Yes.
You would.
Well, not one of those ridge runs.
You wouldn't do that?
I would ride on Travis's back like a backpack down a medium Alaska run.
Would you ride on Kai Lenny's back like a backpack and get towed into Jaws?
Maybe. Mid-sized Jaws, safety, people around. Yes.
Just like hugging him.
Kai.
You have your legs are wrapped around his waist and you're just hugging him.
Am I forward or on his back? Can I be a
no,
baby
not like
Bjorn?
not like a Bjorn. You're just your face is
Can
nestled
I
in
be a
his neck.
baby Bjorn on Travis Rice's body? Travis.
But that means if he falls on you.
Again, I don't care about that. Travis Rice doesn't fall.
It's pretty good. Pretty
Okay.
good. Would you rather?
Would you? Okay, I'm riding on Kenny Loggins. I'm riding on Kai Laney's back at Mavericks at Jaws.
Mm-hmm.
I'm riding down a medium-sized Alaskan mountain
Mm-hmm.
on Travis Rice back like a backpack,
Mm-hmm.
Baby Bjorn style. I'm facing backwards.
Okay, and would you lay down on a skateboard and let
Elliot Sloan jump the mega.
no, like a hill bomb and SF? Who's a good hill bomb guy?
Tanner Napper.
Yeah, would you let Tanner Napper stand on your
No.
back and you lay on a board like a skateboard?
Would you ride on Tanner Napper's back like a backpack down a medium-sized San Francisco hill?
No.
Wolf Skate says, "What's your guys' best tricks on the snow skate?" And Wolf Skate, who sent us this picture of Todd's pro model snow skate? That was somebody else. That was Sterling Shearling.
I used to be able to do heel flips pretty good, like heel flip varials.
After a couple of tries, I could probably kickflip.
You could
a snow
probably
skate.
kick flip. It's pretty
Can
good.
I get a snow skate out of your store?
Yeah, you gotta just you have to come over and get it.
To your house?
Do you want to come? Oh yeah, because you guys are going up there.
Yeah.
You want to get it before you go up there?
I don't know. Do you think we'll ride it?
I have like 100 of them.
I'll take one of them. David Johnson says, Monday M.A.S.S question. What are you most excited to leave behind in 2022? I'm most excited to leave behind my habit of biting my fingernails in 2022. I'm not going to do it anymore for the rest of my life.
Really?
Yeah.
How about toenails?
I bite those. Eat those all day. What are you most excited to leave in
Do you
2022?
eat them?
No.
Do you like chew?
I don't even bite them.
You probably-
I use a knife
Wait, what?
to cut my toenails, yeah.
No, your fingernails. Did you eat your fingernails?
No, let's spit them out. It's disgusting.
You're eating a little bit of it. You probably eat a little bit of it.
Maybe a little bit.
How much of your own skin do you think you consume a year?
Pounds.
Probably, right?
What do you want to leave behind in 2022?
I don't know, yeah.
David Johnson.
What do I want to leave behind?
Yeah. What type of shit do you want to leave in 2022?
My neuroses about everything.
Perfect. That's not happening.
No, it's not.
Danny Caputo. What up, Danny? F, marry, kill.
Oh my god.
F, marry, kill. Skateboarding, surfing, snowboarding. Great. That's a great way to.
That's a great way to end this. F, marry, kill. I feel like I'd freaking kill snowboarding. I'd probably F skateboarding, and I would probably marry surfing.
Okay.
What do you got?
Fair. I'm gonna marry surfing. I'm gonna F skateboarding, and I'm gonna kill snowboarding.
So same.
Yeah. Two more quickies. DJ wants to know, Monday M.A.S.S, what's your worst New Year's Eve experience, and do you have any traditions on New Year's Eve?
Oh my god. So I've got a great New Year's Eve experience.
Okay.
My wife had set up. My wife. Previous to her being my wife, she set up this big. Because my birthday is pretty close to New Year's. So
I know. Happy birthday, Todd. The 28th.
It was this New Year's birthday party that she organized for me in Colorado, and I had snowboarded all day, and there was I didn't realize how big the party was going to be.
Oh my god.
And I got super hammered.
You were blown.
About an hour into it, and spent the whole rest of the party just sleeping.
Yeah.
I got annihilated within the first 10 minutes.
I wasn't invited to that.
No, this is before I even knew you.
Well, I should have been invited.
What's yours? Did anyone ruin Christmas this year?
No. Everything went very smooth. Traditions. I mean, a couple fireworks. Nothing crazy. I always kind of thought I did get engaged a year ago on New Year's Eve, so we kind of celebrate our engagement, my wife and I. But New Year's Eve is kind of amateur hour. Like if you go out, I don't want to be neg, but it's like you go out, everything's 4 times expensive. Well, this is our New Year's Eve menu. That's the same shit I got 2 weeks ago. Yeah. For 4 times the price.
I just want a chili Red Bull.
Kellyanne, with a good question.
What is it?
Snowboarding. goggle strap over or under
Well,
the helmet?
Kellyanne, that's a great question.
That sounds
We
like a
were
really
we
good
were
question.
seeing a lot of goggle strap under for years and years and years.
Okay.
But now it seems that is goggle strap over the helmet.
I wonder, is that
It used to be so you could just pull off your helmet real quick when you got it. It was weird, like everyone wore a helmet at the events because they had to,
yeah?
and then when they would get in lift line, they would instantly pull the helmet off. So, but I think everyone's just like cool with it now.
I'm definitely wearing a helmet when I go snowboarding. Last question of the first show of the year. No Kooks Huntington Beach wants to know, what's the story behind the name of your show? Well,
Idiot.
we wanted to do a show that was every single Monday. Surf, skate, snow news, very quick. The Monday M.A.S S, which is redundant, is an inside joke on accident.
It's boring.
Sometimes you come up with something that you think is witty.
Monday
And it's
Action
stupid.
Sports Show.
There's my wife.
Monday.
All right.
What are you doing?
All right, my love. We're just here wrapping up the first episode of Monday M.A.S S. You're live on the air.
Do you have a New Year's resolution?
And with that, we will bid you adieu. See you
next week.
this year.
That was funny. Bye, you guys. Thank you.
Oh, God.
Oh my God, dude.
Knew that was going to happen.